You are driving home on a wet highway in November. The temperature is 38 degrees. You hit the brakes. The pedal goes down. The anti-lock system kicks in. And your car keeps sliding. You assumed you had the right tires because the sidewall says all season. You assumed all season means all conditions. You were wrong. And the 4 small patches of rubber connecting your family to the road at 70 miles per hour are doing exactly what they were designed to do. Compromise. Almost all cars in the United States come from the factory with all-season tires. And when those tires wear out, the replacement tires are the same 97.5% of the time. Nobody questions it. Nobody asks why. They just buy what came on the car. But a mechanic does not do that. A mechanic who has pulled a car out of a ditch on a 35-degree rainy night does not trust a tire that was engineered to be acceptable in every condition and exceptional in none. Tire Rack, one of the largest independent tire testing organizations in America, put it plainly after years of testing. All-season tires are intended to provide traction in a wide variety of weather conditions, but they behave like a jack of all trades, master of none. Here is what that means in numbers that could save your life. Edmunds conducted a controlled comparison test using a Honda Civic fitted with summer tires, all-season tires, and winter tires across snow, wet, and dry conditions. On wet pavement, braking from 60 miles per hour, the summer tire stopped in 157 feet. The all-season tire took 215 feet. That is 58 additional feet of sliding on a wet road before your car comes to a stop. That is not a rounding error. That is 3.5 car lengths of extra distance between stopping safely and hitting whatever is in front of you. On the wet skid pad, the summer tire pulled 0.81 lateral G. The all-season pulled 0.65 grams. That is a 20% reduction in your ability to hold a turn on a wet road. Now flip the calendar to winter. Tire Rack tested an all-season equipped car against a winter tire-equipped car on packed snow at 30 miles per hour. The car on winter tires stopped in about 59 feet. The car on all-season tires needed an additional 30 feet, roughly 2 full car lengths beyond where the winter tire car had already stopped. At 25 miles per hour in a 90-degree corner on snow, only the winter tire car completed the turn. The all-season car slid off the road. Even the car's electronic stability control could not save it. Because, as Tire Rack stated in the test results, none of these driver aids actually generates traction. They are only capable of trying to limit the vehicle's capabilities to the traction provided by the tires. Your anti-lock brakes, your traction control, your stability management, they are all limited by the grip of the rubber underneath you. And if that rubber is an all-season compromise at 35 degrees in the rain, you are relying on a system that is already operating at the edge of its capability. So why does the industry sell you one tire and call it all-season? Because it is convenient. And convenience sells more tires than physics does. An all-season tire uses a rubber compound that stiffens at lower temperatures but does not soften when it warms up. That sounds reasonable until you understand what it actually means. Below 45 degrees Fahrenheit, the rubber hardens. It loses flexibility. And a hard tire on a cold, wet road is a tire that cannot conform to the surface. It skates. Above 80 degrees, that same compound is too rigid to match the grip of a proper summer tire. A more appropriate name for all-season tires would be three-season tires. They work in spring. They work in summer. They work in fall. They are dangerous in winter and inferior in the heat. Now here is the part the tire shop does not tell you. The numbers on the sidewall of your tire are graded by the manufacturer, not the government. The UTQG treadwear rating system was created by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in 1978 to help consumers compare tires. But the assigning of UTQG grades is done solely by the tire manufacturer. The government does not verify the ratings. There is no mandatory third-party testing. And it is legal and permissible for a tire manufacturer to give a particular tire line a lower treadwear grade than it actually earned. A tire that tested at 480 can be stamped 400 if the marketing department decides a lower number positions it better against a competitor. The treadwear grade is a ratio, not a mileage. It does not tell you how long the tire will last. But it sits on the sidewall like a fact, and consumers treat it like one. And there is one more thing no tire salesman will mention. Your tires have an expiration date. Every tire sold in the United States has a .date code stamped on the sidewall. The last 4 digits tell you the week and year the tire was manufactured. Most manufacturers and safety experts recommend replacing tires that are more than 6 to 10 years old, regardless of how much tread is left. Rubber degrades over time through a chemical process called thermo-oxidative degradation. The oxygen in the air causes the flexible compounds to harden and become brittle. A tire can have deep tread and still be a catastrophic blowout waiting to happen if it is 8 years old. A 2006 survey showed that only 4% of consumers are aware that tires become more dangerous as they age. Ford, Nissan, and Mercedes-Benz all recommend tire replacement 6 years after the production date regardless of tread life. And yet there is no federal law in the United States requiring tire shops to disclose the age of the tires they sell you. You could walk into a store today and buy a tire that has been sitting in a warehouse for 5 years. It is legal. And the salesman is not required to tell you. Here is what a mechanic actually does. In warm climates, he runs a dedicated summer tire from April through October. Better grip on wet roads. Better grip on dry roads. Better braking. Better cornering. Shorter stopping distances in every condition above 45 degrees. When winter comes, he swaps to a dedicated winter tire with a softer compound that stays flexible in the cold, deeper treads that channel snow and slush, and thousands of tiny sapes that bite into ice. 2 sets of tires. Each one lasting longer because each one only sees half the year. The total cost over 5 years is nearly identical to running through all-season tires year-round, because each set wears half as fast. Stop trusting the label. Stop trusting the sidewall. Stop trusting the tire that was chosen because it saved the manufacturer one phone call from a customer who did not want to think about the weather. Buy the summer rubber. Buy the winter rubber. Buy the tire that was designed for the road you are actually driving on, not the tire that was designed to be sold to everyone and trusted by no one. Because the most expensive tire you will ever own is the one that could not stop your car when it mattered. And that has nothing to do with the price on the receipt. It has everything to do with what compound was in the rubber and what season was on the road.